The silence is the first enemy. It is a cold, heavy thing that smothers the valley, broken only by the whip of the wind across the snowdrifts. Kalen feels it in his bones. A quiet that means hunger. His two hunters, crouched low behind him, feel it too, their breath plumes in the frigid air. The only sign of life in a landscape of white and grey stone. For 3 days, they have tracked ghosts, the deep, churn pulse of the reindeer herds. The lifeblood of their clan are gone. Only shallow, wind-scoured depressions remain, old memories in the snow. This is the brutal reality of prehistoric life. The world does not care if you starve. He rises slowly, a figure of broad shoulders and thick limbs, perfectly designed for a world that no longer exists. His eyes, set deep beneath the heavy brow, scan the ridgeline. Nothing. The great herds of Pleistocene megafauna, the lumbering mammoths and the endless rivers of reindeer, have vanished. The long cold has grown longer. The ice has crept down from the northern mountains, and the animals have followed a chord his people cannot hear. He gives a low grunt, the signal of failure, and turns back toward the rock shelter. The walk home is a kind of shame. At the mouth of the cave, the others wait. The old woman, Nora, sits closest to the fire, her face a roadmap of winters survived. She does not look up as they enter, but her hands stop their work, twisting sinew into cordage. The children, huddled together for warmth, turn their wide, dark eyes toward the hunters, a flicker of hope dying in them as they see their empty hands. These early humans understand emptiness well. An old man, his leg badly healed from a bison hunt seasons ago, works a piece of flint. His hands, scarred from a lifetime of moose terry and flint knapping, work with an ancient economy of motion. He is not making a scraper or a knife. He is shaping a Laveluvi's point, a spearhead of lethal design. It is an act of pure, desperate faith in a hunt that may never come. Later, as the meager fire pushes back the immense darkness, the clan shares the last of the marrow from his shattered horsebone. Each lick is a prayer against the coming dawn. Kalen watches the old man sharpen the stone point against a piece of sunstone, their entire set of survival skills, honed over generations of hominid history, is failing. They know how to read tracks, how to corner prey, how to use the wind, but they do not know how to hunt silence. Kalen's gaze drifts past the fire, to the jagged black line of the northern ridge, the forbidden ridge. Beyond it lies the valley of the Red Ochre clan, their lands, their herds. His knuckles are white where he grips the shaft of his own spear. The choice is not yet spoken, but it hangs in the smoke-filled air of the shelter, to die here in their home, or to walk over that ridge and trade blood for a mouthful of meat. The decision is made without a single word. At the first hint of grey light, Kalen rises. He selects 2 hunters, Gioa, a young, powerful man whose recklessness is balanced by his strength, and Finn, older, leaner, a master of silence. They carry their best spears, each tipped with a flawlessly crafted Laveluvi's point, the pinnacle of their primitive technology. The old man who made them merely nods as they pass, his work now a prayer in their hands. The others watch them go, their faces masks of hope and terror. This is the ultimate gamble. They are not merely hunting, they are invading. They are becoming the wolves they so often fear. Crossing the ridge is like stepping into another world. The wind bites differently here. The trees, thick with unfamiliar scents, seem to watch them. Every snapped twig, every shadow, is a potential enemy. This is a profound violation of the unspoken laws that govern the lives of human ancestors. A boundary crossed 1 million years ago that still echoes in our own DNA. They move with a hunter's grace, spirits of the snow, their senses stretched to a breaking point. For half a day they see nothing but the tracks of foxes and the lonely flight of a snow owl. The hunger gnaws, a cold fire in their bellies, sharpening their focus into a single, desperate point. Then Finn freezes. He holds up a hand. Below them, in a small clearing where the snow is thinner, A lone bull reindeer scrapes at the frozen ground. Its magnificent antlers stark against the white. It is old, cast out from the herd, but it is large. It is meat. It is life. The hunt is a masterpiece of silent coordination. They separate, using the terrain, moving like a three-headed predator. KLN gives the signal, a soft click of the tongue. Chihuahua bursts from the tree line, a distracting blur of motion, driving the beast toward the hidden spears. The bull rears, powerful and penny, and turns directly into the path KLN and Finn have chosen. Their spears fly true, the stone points, designed for just this purpose, punch deep into the animal's flank. It stumbles, bellows a final, rained breath, and crashes to the ground. The relief is so intense it is almost painful. For a moment, they are just hunters, exulting over a kill. They work quickly, their flint knives flashing. The steam rises from the opened carcass, a rich, metallic scent that promises warmth and full bellies. But the scent travels on the wind. They are not alone. From the trees, 5 figures emerge. They are broad and powerful, like KII-Elan's own people. Their faces smeared with the red ochre that gives their clan its name. They carry spears. Their leader, a scarred man with one eye, points a heavy wooden club at the reindeer. His meaning is clear. The deer is theirs. KLN stands, his knife dripping blood. He does not back away. This is the emotional turning point, where hunger finally overrules fear. A guttural shout erupts from the one-eyed man, and the world dissolves into a whirlwind of snarling fury. Splintering wood, and the shocking, wet impact of stone on flesh. The fight is not a dance of warriors. It is a clumsy, grunting ball of desperation. It is over in heartbeats. A spear, thrown wide by a terrified red ochre hunter, dances off a tree. Chihuahua, roaring, charges the one-eyed man, his powerful shoulders driving him forward. But the man is a veteran of violence. He sidesteps, bringing his heavy club down in a sickening arc that connects with Chihuahua's leg. Bone snaps. Chihuahua collapses, screaming, and is instantly set upon by 2 others. Seeing this, Finn, the silent hunter, makes a choice. He abandons his own opponent and throws himself between the clubs and the fallen Chihuahua. His spear a desperate barrier. A club catches him high on the shoulder, and another smashes into his side. It is an act of pure altruism, a life offered for another. KLN sees it all in a blur of red. The one-eyed man turns toward him, raising his club, a triumphant snarl on his face.
At last,
but KLN is not a reckless youth. He is a survivor. He does not charge. He points, drawing the man forward, then lunges low, driving his flint-tipped spear upward, under the ribs, with all the force of his body. The man's grunt is one of surprise, not pain. He stumbles back, his one good eye wide with disbelief, and froze. The sight of their leader down breaks the red ochre hunters. They hesitate, then drag their wounded away, melting back into the trees, leaving one of their deadened the prize of the reindeer behind. Silence returns to the clearing, heavier now, stained with blood. Chihuahua is alive. His leg a ruin. Finn is not. He lies in the crimson snow, his chest still. The cost of survival is tallied in the space a person used to occupy. The journey back to the shelter is an agonizing procession. KLN and the hobbling Chihuahua drag the choicest cuts of the reindeer on a makeshift sledge of branches, while Finn's body is carried between them, a terrible weight of failure and victory. The study of anthropology often focuses on tools and bones, but the true story of human evolution is written in moments like these, the hard choices that forge the bonds of community and the lines of conflict. They lay Finn's body in the cold earth near the shelter, his spear placed in his hands for a journey they cannot map. To trace the lines of this hominid history is to place your own handprint beside theirs in the ash, press the symbol below, and leave your mark as a witness. That night, the clan eats. The scent of roasted meat fills the cave, a smell of life and wealth. The children's bellies are full for the first time in a moon. The gnawing hunger is gone, but there is no joy. Every bite is taken in silence. They look at the life-giving food, then at the empty space where Finn used to sit, telling stories with his hands. They have answered the question of survival. They have killed for one more day. The victory has brought them food, but it has also brought them a new and terrible knowledge. The greatest threat in this frozen world is not the cold, nor the lion, nor starvation. It is the face that looks like their own. We pull back from the twilight, from the silent meal in a forgotten cave, and see the moment for what it is. This is not just a skirmish over a carcass. It is a turning point etched into the bedrock of our own instincts. This act, born of desperation, is the dark genesis of us and them. The ridge that separates the two valleys is no longer just a feature of the landscape. It is now a border in the mind, a line drawn in blood and defended by fear. The cooperation that allowed them to hunt the reindeer is now mirrored by the organized violence that allowed them to keep it. This is the paradox of ancient humans. The same impulse to protect one's own kind becomes the justification to destroy another's. The tools they crafted for hunting animals work just as well on each other. From this grim necessity, the seeds of tribal warfare, of territory, of a legacy of conflict that will haunt our species for hundreds of thousands of years, have been sown. Their choice echoes in every border dispute, every flag, every uniform. It begs the question, is the line between our neighbor and an enemy ever anything more than a single, desperate season of hunger? The past is not a foreign country. It is the bedrock beneath our feet, and it is still warm. But what happens when the enemy is not your neighbor, but your own blood?